is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have a PU match. This one's against Taybz, and I'm trying out a couple new Pokemon here. So I got a Regigigas, should be interesting. I also brought an Unburdened Drifblim, so we'll go ahead and see how this goes. Anyways, let's hop right into it here. He's going to lead off with his Refrigerator Rotom, and I'm going to lead off with my shiny-ass Carbink. So this is actually a different rock candy. This one is physically defensive rather than specially defensive. So he's going to go for a Volt Switch on the first turn, as I go for a Light Screen because I'm expecting some special attacks, and that actually works out perfectly because he switches into a Kadabra, which is really nice for me. I know that these things can carry Energy Ball, but in the long run, Rock Candy's not afraid of yo balls of energy. So he does go for the Energy Ball. It doesn't do like really any damage at all behind the Light Screen, as I'm able to throw the freaking moon at this thing's face, and it does do a decent amount of damage, obviously, because Kadabra is not the most defensive Pokemon out there, as he's just going to go for a Psychic. I'm going to actually throw my Stealth Rocks up, because I figure, at this point, Kadabra is going to be like one-hit KO'd by like pretty much anything on my team, so I don't need more damage on it, and I figured the Stealth Rocks would be, you know, more handy for later in the game. Anyways, I just go for a Reflect on my last turn before I die, because the idea behind this team is actually to set up like the double screens with the Light Clay, so it sticks around for a while, and then allow Regigigas' slow ass to come in here and get his slow start going. So Dial-Up comes in, he's all slow and shit, can't get it going, which is the, you know, the usual. As he's gonna switch out Kadabra and goes into the Gourgeist, as I go for a Substitute. So the idea behind this Regigigas is essentially just be able to take hits. Regigigas is really just naturally bulky, so he can take hits really nice, especially behind dual screens. Really nothing can even like break the Substitute in one hit, unless you have a fighting type. So yeah, so Regigigas is behind the Substitute. Unfortunately for me, I don't have an attack that I can actually hit the Gourgeist. I have Drain Punch and Return for my damage moves on this thing, so Ghost types kind of fuck me. But luckily I do have Toxic, so I can slowly get rid of this thing's health. As he just starts throwing some seeds at me, that's definitely not going to break my Substitute. And at this point in the match, it's really just trying to get Regigigas' Slow Start to wear off. And if you're unfamiliar with what Slow Start does, it's essentially an ability that really kind of sucks. It's it halves your attack and speed for the first 5 turns of the match. So you kind of have to work around that with Regigigas, but it really can be a fucking monster if you're able to get it to work properly. So he goes for another Seed Bomb. I actually expected that to break the Substitute, so I went for it again. But I guess it really didn't matter because, I mean, I don't really have anything to hit this Gourgeist anyways. But yeah, so wearing off turns here, Regigigas is gonna, you know, slowly get there. I think it's been like 3 turns, so a couple more turns now, and I'll get that slow start out of there. And it's pretty awesome because once the slow start wears off, Regigigas is actually really fast with a base 100 speed and actually hits like a damn train. So he now brings in Grandpa the Relicanth, and I'm like, hey, fucking sick nickname, bro. As at this point, I believe I have one more turn until the slow start wears off. So he's going to go for a Head Smash. That's completely fine. It's going to definitely break my Substitute, but luckily for me, I am going to go for a Drain Punch. So this Drain Punch is definitely not going to do a lot of damage because Relicanth is kind of bulky, and plus my attack is halved right now, so Regigigas is really just kind of handicapped here. But check it out, I finally get my act together. That allows me to outspeed the Relicanth and hit it with another Drain Punch. Unfortunately for him, I do get a critical hit, and that's going to take out the Relicanth. So I'm like, hell yeah, Regigigas, you fucking did it, bro. I did have a Reflect up, so even if he did hit me with an attack, it wouldn't have knocked me out anyways. So now he's going to bring in the Mightyena. He does not realize the full potential of Regigigas after the slow start. I actually outspeed this thing, and I'm able to go for a Drain Punch, which unfortunately doesn't actually kill this thing. But he's just going to go for a Crunch, which does about half to me with a critical hit, so he critted me back. It kind of, you know, it evened out a little bit. But the Mightyena is going to die to his Life Orb, as Regigigas is just over here, like, eating his leftovers. He's fucking fully just maxed out right now, ready to kill some shit. So now he's going to bring out the Kadabra, which is definitely going to be able to outspeed me. It hits me with a Psychic, which is fine because Regigigas is just a natural, specially defensive beast, and I'm able to throw a Return at that thing, which is going to kill the Kadabra. So Regigigas has just got his thing going on right now. It actually is kind of working. This thing is a really fun Pokemon to experiment with, but keep in mind that it definitely does suck when it doesn't work out. But here he's going to bring out the Refrigerator Rotom, as he's just going to go for a Thunderbolt. Unfortunately, that is going to take out Reggie, and it's like, hey buddy, you did some work though. I'm proud of you, Regigigas. I'm proud of you. Anyways, I'm going to bring in Basculin now because I was like, oh, I'll be able to outspeed. But he's fucking Choice Scarfed, and that really kind of sucked. That was a terrible play on my part. Usually, Refrigerator Rotoms are actually Choice Scarfed. I don't know why I didn't expect that thing to be, but sucks for me. Anyways, now I'm just going to bring in Electrode because I know he's not going to want to Thunderbolt me, so that's going to allow me to hit whatever he wants to bring in and then Volt Switch. So he actually brings out the Roselia, and Roselia is just an absolute monster in PU. If you're not familiar with Eviolite, this thing is just a fucking beast. It's so defensive, and it's got a really good move pool, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I'm just going to go for a Volt Switch after the Thunderbolt, so I did a decent amount. I did, you know, a good chunk to that thing with Electrode, although I am hurting myself with my Life Orb, no big deal. I'm just going to Volt Switch into Cool Whip here, as I know this thing's not going to be able to really have a whole lot that can hurt me. So he just goes for the Sludge Bomb there, as he's going to definitely be afraid of what Drifloon's got for him. So he's going to switch straight into the Gourgeist. I went for the knockoff because I would have really loved to hit that freaking Roselia and get rid of its Eviolite, but I guess, you know, hitting a Gourgeist with a knockoff really isn't too bad either, as that's going to do a decent amount of damage, and it's going to get rid of its leftovers. So now he's just going to be taking poison damage without getting anything in return, so that's kind of cool. Here I make a questionable play and go for the Acrobatics. I actually kind of thought that was going to kill. I don't know why, but he's able to Will-O-Wisp me here, and that actually turns out to be a pretty crucial play. The Will-O-Wisp is definitely going to suck for Drifblim because this is obviously supposed to be a physical sweeper, and without the item gone with the Acrobatics, it definitely is not going to be able to do a whole lot of damage, so that really kind of sucks. I wish I didn't Acrobatics there. I wish I would have just switched straight into Flora, but, you know, what are you going to do? So now I know he's probably going to Shadow Sneak. I'm going to bring in Meganium, who's not going to take very much damage from that at all. So here I essentially brought in Meganium because I want to get an Aromatherapy going, which is going to get rid of the burn on Drifblim. I know that Drifblim is a decent win condition for me on this match. If I get the Unburden boost, I can definitely be able to outspeed shit and hit really hard with Acrobatics. But yeah, so he's going to bring in the Refrigerotom. I know I'm especially defensive and I can take any attack it wants to throw at me. He goes for the Blizzard, and he fucking freezes me right on the turn that I clicked Aromatherapy. And you will definitely see that that was a pretty crucial amount of hacks right there. The freeze always just fucks me, man. I'm telling you. So Meganium Popsicle is going to go down to this next Blizzard, which really kind of sucks. Getting that Aromatherapy would have really just changed the outcome of this match, as you'll see later on. But now I'm just going to bring in Triangle. I know he's probably going to be able to, he's probably going to want to switch here, as he is going to switch back into the Roselia, as I think I just go for the Thunderbolt here. So he's going to take rock damage, and then Thunderbolt does not a whole lot, but definitely, I mean, a decent kind of a little bit of damage to this thing. I basically just need to whittle down this Roselia to the point where it'll be easier to kill later, and I also realized that Triangle is not going to be really too useful for me in this match. I don't know, it could have been, but I just decided to stay in and try to whittle this this freaking Roselia down, but unfortunately for me, he's just going to go straight for the Synthesis, which is going to bring him back above half, and I'm like, fuck this damn Roselia. I should have went for the taunt earlier. I go for the taunt now. That was another crucial misplay in this match. I don't know why I didn't go for the taunt on the first turn. I kind of forgot. I kind of spaced on freaking Synthesis, but you know, what are you gonna do? So I just T-Bolt again. I know that he can't Synthesis again for another couple turns, so I can start whittling it down a little bit more. It puts him to about half, as he's gonna finish me off with a Giga Drain, but the Roselia is in, you know, a decent amount of damage where I can definitely kill this thing. So I'm gonna bring back out Cool Whip, and it's named that because of the Cool Whip on his head, by the way, if you didn't know. So I go for the Acrobatics with the burn and still my item. It's really not gonna do a damn thing, but I just kind of need this thing to whittle me down to the point where I can eat my Citrus Berry and activate the Unburden, and also give Acrobatics more power. So after the burn damage, actually, which is kind of cool, I am able to open up the Citrus Berry, and that is going to give me a little bit of health, and also, you know the deal. You give me that Unburden, and Acrobatics will definitely hurt. So this next Acrobatics is going to kill the Roselia. Even with the burn, this Drifblim does not give a shit. Shouldn't be burned, though, because freaking Meganium's ass, but, you know, what are you going to do? So, at this point, all he has left is his Refrigerator Rotom. All I have left is my Drifblim. I am going to be able to outspeed this thing because of the fact that I have Unburden, but I didn't have enough attack to be able to kill this thing. So I go for the Destiny Bond. He hits me with the Thunderbolts. He is going to knock me out, but Drifblim is going to take this Refrigerator Rotom with him, and that is going to result in a technical tie, but I guess technically he does win because my Pokemon died first. But that was an interesting match. It was kind of a tie. I thought that was really cool. Had I got that that freaking burn out of there, I would have been able to kill the Rotom with pretty much any attack. So that's quite unfortunate, but I thought that was a really interesting match. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up button, and I'll try to get some more videos out for you guys. I've been pretty damn busy with school and stuff lately, but there's always time for Pokemon. Am I right? I'm right. Also, I did want to make the announcement that I am in a Pokemon League here. So the EXPNU is hosting a PU League, meaning it's going to be like the UCL, but technically only PU Pokemon are involved. I am going to be the coach of the Petalburg Poliwrath, so that's going to be starting up pretty soon here. So keep an eye out for that. It should be really interesting, and go Poliwraths.